Hello and welcome to Create Crochet with me, Rebecca. In today's video we're going to go through how to make this wraparound scarf using the basket weave stitch. It's really easy and I will show you how to do everything. So let's crack on and make. I'm going to show you how to make your scarf in Anna's Choice Lion brand, and I'm going to be using a 6mm hook. Keep this in case you don't use all of your yarn ball. You can put it back on and you'll know what hook size to use. So taking out your yarn, you're going to chain 27. Now the thickness of the yarn and the hook will depend on how wide your scarf is. So that's why I'm going to be using a 6mm hook. The smaller the hook, the width of your scarf will decrease. The thicker your hook and your yarn, the more wider your scarf will be. So off we go and chain 27. So yarn over and come through for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 and 27. So that's how wide your scarf is going to be, as to the thickness of your yarn and the hook size. So now what we're going to do is we're going to double crochet into the third chain from your hook. So coming in so you can see. So this one is our first chain, second, and so we're going to double crochet into this one here. Now to double crochet, it's yarn over and put the hook into the chain, and you're going to catch up the top 2 loops of your chain, yarn over and come back through. So you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and come through 2, yarn over and come through 2. And we're going to do that in each chain all the way along. So come into the next one, yarn over, into the chain and pull up a loop and come through 2 and come through 2. So into the chain, and that's how you do a double crochet. So you can see we've already got some height started on our scarf. If you want to carry on and go ahead and do a double crochet into each chain across, I'll see you right down this end. So there we have the first row of double crochet complete. So now we need to get to the height for the next round. So we're going to chain 2, and that's going to be the same no matter what row you're on. You're always going to chain 2 to begin your row. So chain 2 and then turn your work so you're working into the back. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to do 3 front post double crochet, and we're going to be working in 3s right the way throughout our pattern. So I'm going to come in a little bit so you can see. This is what we call a post, this section here, and we're going to be weaving our way front post and back post. I'll explain everything. So we're going to do a double crochet exactly how we did along here. So yarn over and we're going to go front post, so that's pulling the post towards you. So that's behind the post and bringing our hook through. Yarn over and come back around the post, yarn over, come through 2 and come through 2. Now what I want to make you aware of is that when you come through the post, when you come behind it to come out here, try not to pick up any strands of thread from this post here because it will just ruin the effect. So that was 1, 2, and then our last one for our front post right now. So you're coming behind and hooking through for 3. So now we're going to do 3 back post double crochet. So it's exactly the same principle as doing your double crochet, but instead of pulling your post forward, we're going to go behind your work and come through that way, and then complete the double crochet as normal. So you can see that these 3 are coming forward and that post is being pushed to the back. So you come in this hole here, you're going to go push your post back and put your hook through the next hole and complete your double crochet as before. So that's 2. And then this one is a back post for 3. Again, making sure that you're not picking up any fibres of the previous round's double crochet. So these 3 are going to be front post. So you're going to alternate between front post and back post and doing 3 of each before you change. So we'll do this row together. Actually, you know what, I think you're really smart. I think you've got it. I don't know if we need to do the whole thing together. I do just want to do one more back post with you, just so you've really got that knack. So this one here is going to be our back post. So yarn over, push your hook through, and then into that gap there, and finish off your double crochet. So here's what your work should start to look like. You should have 3 stitches coming forward, 3 stitches going back, and you can tell that they're back because they've got this horizontal line going on here, and then 3 at the front, and then you'll have 3 at the back, 3 at the front, and so on and so forth until you get down to this end here. So I will join you there. So you should have created something like this with your front posts and your back posts with the line across, and when you come to the end you should have 1 double crochet left over that is doing nothing. That's perfect, that's absolutely fine. What we're going to do is we're going to double crochet into the top of, that was our chain. You know when we first did our chain and we did a double crochet into the 3rd chain from our hook, that's what that is there. So we're going to go ahead and do a double crochet into the top of that chain, and this will give our scarf a little bit of a border. We didn't crochet into this first stitch here, we didn't double crochet into there, we left that blank, we went straight into this one. So we want both of our sides to match. So to get up to our next round, again we're going to chain 2 and completely turn our work. Now what you'll notice is that these look like back post double crochet, even though they were front posts when we worked on them here. Because we're working on the opposite way round, they look like front posts, and that's perfect because we want to continue making them in that direction. So we need to do 3 front posts. So whatever you are looking at, that is indeed what you are going to make. It will become crystal clear once you start to recognize the stitches. I promise you it will start to become clear. Now, one thing to be mindful of is you have these posts here. You have the vertical posts, and then behind it you have this horizontal post here. When you do this round's front post, because that's what you can see right now, you're going to come and do your double crochet above the horizontal line and not below. So that's just something to bear in mind. So that's 2 and 3. So that's my last one, and then as you can see, these are back posts. Back posts just there, front posts. Now we need to do 3 back posts, and the same principle applies. So you're going to go above this horizontal line here. So yarn over, come through the hole, pushing the stitch to the back and coming through the next hole, which is either side of the post, and complete your double crochet. Again, making sure that you're not picking up any fibres of this previous round's double crochets. So that's 2 and 3. So what you're looking for, so you're going to be doing 2 rows of matchy-matchy, and then the next row we're not going to do matchy-matchy, but I'll show you that. But you can tell if you've done the right amount of rows, because on the back posts, as you're looking at it, we'll have 1, 2 horizontal bars. So carry on going all the way along, matching. So this would be front posts because you can see the posts, and then that would be back post because you can see the horizontal line. Okay, I'll see you over there. So I've come all the way along and I've just done my last back post double crochet, and now I want to do a normal double crochet into the top of our turning chain. So that's just hook in, and sometimes it can be quite tight. Just push it in and do a normal double crochet. Chain 2 and turn. So now if I zoom out a little bit, yay, I got it the right way. I always try and flick the camera the wrong way. You should have something like that, which has got these definite differences between the groups of stitches. Now we're going to mess it up a little bit. So you've done 2 rows of matchy-matchy. Now the next 2 rows are going to be not matchy to what you've just done. So where you see a front post, you're now going to do a back post. So that's in, not into this one here, but into that one there. I just hold it with my thumb just to keep it secure. Going in, around and pushing that post to do the back post double crochet. So again, we're going to do clusters of 3. But this, by doing this, this will give you your squares, and it will look really pretty. And then into this one. And off we go again. So this one is a back post double crochet, so we want to make it a front post double crochet this time. So that's 1, 2, again making sure I go above this horizontal line. 2, whoops, and 3. So you know what I'm going to say now, you carry on and I'll see you at the other end, which I will do. See you in a minute. So now that is what your work should start to look like. So I'm going to do my double crochet into my turning chain to finish off this row. I'm such an incredible chain tightly crocheter. So chain 2 and turn. So now we're going to matchy. So we've done 2 rows of matchy and then we messed it up. On this row we're going to do the same, try and match our previous row. So this is back post, so we want to carry on doing back post like so. And this is the last row for the pattern repeat. So if you need to rewind the video to get back to where you just were, to the beginning, and so you know what you're doing, then absolutely brilliant. So this is a front post, as you can see, it's front post. So we'll make it another front post to make it stick out really, really well. And by the end of doing this row, you should really be able to see that square pattern going on within your work. So we have 1 horizontal line, which means we need to do another back post and to create our second horizontal line, which we know if we've got 2 horizontal lines, it means we are on the second row of this 1 square. Don't know if that makes sense or not. Let me show you what I mean. Just finish this one off. So what I mean by a square is, can you see this area here? That is what I would call 1 square. Next to it we have the 2 horizontal lines, and that is what I would call 1 square. So within a back post double crochet, you're looking for 2 lines before you make it into a front post. So these are your front posts, these are your back posts. So you want 2 rows of matchy before you change it up to create the next square. So we're just going to go all the way along so you can really see it. I'll see you in a minute. So I've just completed this row and I've done my double crochet in my plain double crochet into the top of the previous round's turning chain, and you can really start to see the squares coming on. So there's 1, and then that's the next one, and I've got my 2 horizontal lines. Now what I mean by matchy, I know it sounds very strange, is what you're effectively doing is, so this here is obviously a front post because the post is coming up towards me. If I was about to go ahead, flip over and do the matchy, this front post, when I turn it this way, becomes a back post. So you're doing a front post here and then a back post here to keep them the same direction. Now we're on to the next set of squares. You need to change the direction of the posts, so these become front posts to start the next square. You understand? I'm sure you do. You're all dead brilliant. If you are confused by what I mean by any of this, please do leave comments in the section below. I do like reading them, good or bad, I don't mind. I've been Rebecca of Create Crochet. Thank you so much for watching my video. You're all so sweet, and I will see you soon. Bye my darlings.